yoga and the cannabis kind of let me work with it. Instead of those things ruling my life, I'm kind of able to manage my life, even though I saw those things. And the response I got was just like, like my head was on backwards. I was shocked. I'd given this country all of these years. I wanted to pursue a different option. So, they sent me to rehab. And it had nothing to do with them actually caring about me. Because if they would have cared about me, at some point, they'd have been like, hey, you seem really depressed today. What's going on? No one ever said that. So I was on my own, and I was really not a fit human being to be by myself. I was on all these medicines and pretty actively suicidal. At any given week, there was probably 3 or 4 nights out of that week where I would sit up all night and make deals with myself to make it, to sunrise. And one day I woke up on my bedroom floor. Had no idea what happened. My son was standing over me, kind of looking down. And then I got a sense of somebody else in the room, and it was 2 paramedics. I just had no grasp of what had just happened. And slowly pieced it together, they were trying to tell me that I had had a seizure and that they were there to take me to the hospital. Still wasn't in a great place, but it wasn't worse, it was different. But I started feeling things again, good or bad, I was just feeling things. So I started doing this before I meditated. I would move through the sequence of movements, and I realized hey man, I can sit longer. I think this stuff is actually working. And then I realized later, wow, I think this is yoga. I think I'm doing yoga. I find myself doing more yoga with cannabis than I do without it. So where I might get on a mat and do 15 minutes without cannabis, I'll get lost in it. And the next thing I know, I look at the clock and I've been on my mat for an hour. It just has that kind of magical quality to it, to let you stay in the present moment and not worry about kind of what's going on externally. I think people have the stereotypical idea in their head that you're smoking pot and then you're sitting back and eating a bunch of Doritos and laughing at the TV and not really moving much. And that's not what it is at all. In the morning, cannabis is like coffee for me. It gets me energized. It helps me get me moving. It might push me over a small period of depression. Or maybe feeling a little bit down. Cannabis will help me get over that, to get onto the mat, to work through it.